Hello and welcome to Drinks to Dollars with Dita. If this is your first time here, stay glued because this is an educational slash fun YouTube series. On today's episode, we'll be learning some skills that are a must have for any young person who is moving into the corporate world or any young person who is venturing into entrepreneurship or who is running just a little business by themselves. So these are skills that I think that are very necessary, are very important for our survival in these worlds. Pen and paper, let's get to work. First set of skills, self-leadership skills. I'm going to divide this into three groups. Group number one, self-awareness and self-management. What is this about? So self-awareness and management are about things like self-control, self-motivation, self-regulation, understanding one's emotions and triggers, understanding one's strengths and weaknesses, and integrity. All these skills, they're mostly about you, and they're things that will help you relate with other people. So to be able to lead others well, you need to be able to lead yourself well. So under this group of self-leadership skills, I started with self-awareness and self-management. So the summary of self-awareness and self-management is that know who you are. Know who you are. It's very important to know who you are. After having known who you are, you can now move on to your goals and what you are about. So the second set of group of skills that I would love to mention today are goal achievement. And that would be about skills like decisiveness and ownership, self-regulation, self-motivation, persistence, and grit. Like you really have to build a strong self. You really have to build a fighting spirit. It's very important for goal achievement. We'll talk about achievement orientation. I mean, it's not just about unlinked goals. You have to know where you're headed to always know what the bigger picture is, what the bigger plan is. I would also love to name coping with uncertainty. So if tomorrow there's an outbreak of, say, coronavirus and your plans are not so clear anymore, do you start panicking? No, it's important to learn to deal with coping with uncertainty. And then finally, self-development. In just every aspect of it, self-development is really, really important. Be it physically, be it mentally, emotionally, psychologically, it's about you. You need to keep growing. You need to keep improving. I mean, life is about growth. We just keep getting better, and then we are always a work in progress. So you cannot stop growing. You have to self-develop. You have to keep improving. And now that we have self-awareness and self-management figured, we have goal achievement figured. It's like we already have basically all the characteristics of an entrepreneur, just a few lacking. And that brings me to my third group of self-leadership skills, which is going to be entrepreneurship. So you see that I do not consider entrepreneurship as a business, but it's a skill, a personal skill, a self-leadership skill. So under entrepreneurship, what are we going to talk about? I'll start with courage and risk taking. Entrepreneurship is about risk taking. If you do not have the guts to try out something, to take a risk and put in your everything to make sure that it works, you're not yet there. So you still need to build that skill. You still need to build the courage, and you still need to build the ability to take risk. Energy is really, really important, because as an entrepreneur, you're your primary source of energy. You're your primary source of drive. You're what keeps you going. So you need to make sure that your energy is right. Even there are some days when energy is not going to be it, but you've got to make sure that you can renew your strength, you can renew your energy and go out there and then do something each day, because that is good. You're going to need that energy for persistence, and you're going to need that energy for grit that we already mentioned. Also, we'll talk about passion and optimism. Optimism is very important, because I don't know any entrepreneur who has never failed once or twice. And if you fail once or twice and you think that, you begin to be pessimistic, you feel that everything is going to fail, it takes so many times, uncountable times, to get something done. But what is peculiar about all of that is that all it just needs to succeed once, and then we call it success. So you're going to have to be able to bet, to continue doing it, even if you know that you're going to have to do it 99 times and it's going to work out only at the 100th time. But you're going to have to keep doing that. You're going to have to stay optimistic that even though it has failed 99 times, it's going to work later on. So optimism is really, really important for you to keep going as an entrepreneur. And then finally, love for change and innovation. Entrepreneurship is about taking risks, creating things that solve problems, and getting some financial benefits at the end of the day. And so if you're not able to innovate, you're not able to think of new ways to render services to people or to provide goods to people that they need, it's something that you need to work on. You need to learn to be innovative and think of change, think of things that people need, and then bring solutions to those things in order to stand a chance to get paid, and get paid big for that. That is it for the self-leadership skills. A summary of all that we said: you need to have a group of self-awareness and self-management skills. You will need a group of goal achievement skills, and then you will need a group of entrepreneurial skills.